Welcome to my channel, everyone. Exploring and bottle collecting with Jimmy. I had a bit of a name change. I dropped hiking, but still the same, still doing the same videos. So I was asked how I find my spots. Well, I can't always guarantee to find bottles from 1800s, but this is an old road that was used a lot during the 19th century, or the 1800s, whichever way. And the farmers would bring their buggies, their wagons, and then the cars would come down that hill up there and then dump their rocks on each side of the road. And in some cases, they would dump their trash. So, like, there is no bottles in this section. Well, one, because I've looked, and two, because there's just no sign of it. But you come down here, sorry about that, it's a rough road. You'll see there's signs of it right here. And there's stone, and there's cement slabs. Over there is a oil can. Some more cement stones, some more bricks. Now, if you look carefully, you will see, besides this garbage, this isn't old, this is newer. But if you look right here, you'll see that there's a bit of a hump. Now, granted, it's hard to tell because the forest is all humpy and bumpy, but for that to be here doesn't look right, because if anything, it's going to be sloped down, not up on both sides. And you will see that it's up on both sides. So if you're coming down a hill, it's not going to be sloped and then down when everything else is sloped. So I haven't looked in there. I don't know what was digging in there. Obviously something was, or somebody. Oh, sorry. But what you got to do is you got to study the land. And the land will tell you everything you need to know. Right here is another, I call it a bump, or a hump, or a lump. That doesn't seem natural. Again, it could be stones, because there was a fence line along here. You will see the old fence is right here. Well, there's the old fence, and then here's the stone. Now you'll see that these stones are flat right along there, but they were placed there. They were dumped, placed, and everything looks normal here. But in this section, there's a hump, which doesn't make sense, because the fence line is to your left, and there's a hump right there in front of the tree. So either it's a big pile of stones or something. Now, you probably won't find any trash on this side, no old trash, because it's all hills and it's sloping. Most farmers are good stewards of the land. They take care of the land. So they're going to dump their trash in a place where they can consider useless. And that's one thing you got to keep in mind. You got to think like a farmer. Where would a farmer consider land to be useless? Well, a fence line, the land around the fence line is useless because they can't plant nothing. That's why you always see, that's where they put all their stones, along the fence line. If you go to England and Scotland, you'll see that they built walls out of the stones that they picked. And picking isn't, it's not my cup of tea. I've done it before. Now you'll see, I'll show you my dump site. So here's the road. And here's one of the dump sites I was at this summer. Actually, a couple days ago. And you'll see that still lots of bottles. But this is right along the fence line. This is where the stones are. And this is where they put their trash. And if you look down here, this is where they put their ashes from their wood stove. So, as long as you keep that in mind, you'll find bottles. Lots of them. These are the ones I've left. But you'll see down here, for instance, I haven't dug in here. And you'll see that there's all kinds of bottles sitting there. I mean, there's bottles everywhere. But down here, another spot I haven't dug. Right in there, ketchup bottles. These are all surface. Most of them are from the 1960s, 1850s. There's a top of milk bottle. There's a wine bottle. You can see. But so anyways, folks, this is one place where I look for bottles along fence lines, because farmers do try to take care of the land, and normally they will not dump their garbage in the middle of a field or in some place where they consider useful. Now, certain parts of the forest are not going to dump their trash in, because if you think about it, this forest at one time would have been used. The farmers would have came back here and cut trees down, and they would have brought their team of horses in, and because they had to have a firewood for their house. So they're not going to just put a trash pit everywhere in sight. So you got to think like a farmer. And right across, right through those bushes is fields. So the farmers would have used this forest as a place to get firewood. So I would not walk through here thinking, oh, there's a trash pit buried somewhere, because there wouldn't be. Because they wouldn't want their team of horses or themselves getting glass in their feet. But you'll see that there's a big roll of fencing wire. So yeah, so most farmers along the fence line, not in the middle of the forest. All right, folks, I bored you long enough. Thank you. I'm going to see if I can't find a few treasures, relics, whatever. So please like and subscribe, and come on back.